I will call. I will call. I will finish. I will finish. I will help. I will help. I will visit. I will visit. I will learn. I will learn. I will buy. I will buy. I will watch. I will watch. I will clean. I will clean. I will not go. I will not go. I will not eat. I will not eat. I will not call. I will not call. I will not wait. I will not wait. I will not forget. I will not forget. I will not agree. I will not agree. I will not stop. I will not stop. I will not help. I will not help. Will you help me? Will you help me? Will you call me? Will you call me? Will you come with me? Will you come with me? Will you wait here? Will you wait here? Will you open the door? Will you open the door? Will you join us? Will you join us? Will you finish it? Will you finish it? Will you tell me? Will you tell me? Where will you go? Where will you go? Where will you stay? Where will you stay? Where will you work? Where will you work? Where will you study? Where will you study? Where will you travel? Where will you travel? Where will you meet? Where will you meet? Where will you sleep? Where will you sleep? Where will you stop? Where will you stop? How will you do it? How will you do it? How will you solve this? How will you solve this? How will you finish the work? How will you finish the work? How will you get there? How will you get there? How will you learn English? How will you learn English? How will you fix the problem? How will you fix the problem? How will you explain this? How will you explain this? How will you ask? How will you ask? Why will you go? Why will you go? Why will you leave early? Why will you leave early? Why will you call him? Why will you call him? Why will you buy that? Why will you buy that? Why will you travel alone? Why will you travel alone? Why will you help them? Why will you help them? Why will you throw? Why will you throw? Why will you ask? Why will you ask?